And the Golden Eagles have just taken the field, taken their warm-ups close to kickoff time here at Bellwood's Memorial Stadium. Well, Lou Saddle, I think these two coaches have a lot in common. They both know how to prepare for games because rarely do they have down seasons. And they like to bring in underclassmen, mix in the sophomores and the juniors, get them in the mix, and get them some game experience. And that's why Tyrone and Bellwood stay among the elite each year, I think. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Both coaches have a mix of those young, talented players that rarely get an opportunity with heavy senior classes. And both schools graduated some heavy senior classes last year. So tonight's game is going to display that youth that's been waiting in the wings, so to say, Rich. And we're going to see an excellent football contest here this evening. And truthfully, fall football kickoff, the conditions couldn't be better, Rich.
Exactly correct. Lou and I talked about the Eastern Columbia team and the Southern Columbia team going to the state championship game and winning it after beating Bellwood. But Tyrone had a nice run last year as well, Gerard. They were undefeated right up till the loss to McCourt in the district championship.
Yeah, they had a good run, made it to the District 6 finals, but lost in a tight ball game to Bishop McCourt, and their only loss on the season. Head coach Franco bringing a lot of experience back in the skilled positions other than quarterback. Levi Reinhardt will start tonight, the sophomore, who saw a little bit of action at quarterback late in games last year. But
Bellwood has won the toss, and they deferred, so Tyrone will get the ball first in tonight's annual kickoff between the Blue Devils and the Golden Eagles. Captains and co-captains, Gerard, this year for the teams?
Well, the quad captains out there for the Bellwood Annis. Blue Devils on the toss were senior tight end Justin Miller, the fullback Bruno DeGaulle, the tailback Brandon Humphreys, and Shane Noy, one of the starting defensive players for the Blue Devils. The quad captains for the Golden Eagles tonight, Brock Anders, Josh Bradley, number 53, Shane Amy, number 4, and Shane Tate, number 24.
A reminder once again, Johnny Franco not able to play. He suffered an injury earlier in the week in practice, so he is out of tonight's game. Well, probably they'll be back next week. It was not a serious injury. Magisterial District Judge Fred Miller would like to take this time to wish good luck to both the Bellwood Annis Blue Devils and the Tyrone Golden Eagles in the 2007 season. Good luck from Magisterial District Judge Fred Miller of Tyrone. He's always been a big booster of sports in the Tyrone area, including youth sports. So, Humphreys will be doing the booting for the Blue Devils. Let's check on the return men for the Golden Eagles.
The two Shanes, Tate and Amy.
Right, Shane and Shane. And we're just seconds away from the start of the 2007 football season here at Bellwood. Boy, what a great night. We didn't mention that as far as the weather goes, but there's not a cloud in the sky. The temperatures are going to be very cool and fall-like. A lot of times you see in the first couple weekends of football season those hot, humid conditions, but it won't be like that tonight. It's going to cool off into the 50s pretty quickly, we understand. Short kickoff. One of the up guys takes it at the 26-yard line out across the 30. And Bellwood bottles them up pretty well there. Check on that number over center. Levi Reinhardt, Jesse Walk, Mark Mingle in the backfield. High formation for Tyrone from the 32-yard line of the Golden Eagles. First down and 10. And Reinhardt hands it up. Nice gainer straight up the middle across the 35-yard line. That looks like the big guy to me, Mingle.
Okay.
And Tyrone has it first. Again, the I formation for the Golden Eagles. Now the up-back shifts just before the snap. Handoff goes to the big guy, Mingle, but we have a flag throw, and this time it's Mingle is ankle tackled by number 30, I believe that was for Bellwood, making a nice stab at it, and the flag is down.
47-yard line, the Golden Eagles have it first and 10 at the 47.
We're playing in the first quarter, just underway. It's Tyrone and Bellwood in the season opener. Again, the I set. Mingle is the tailback.
Yeah, they do.
And he'll get the call. No, play action this time. Quarterback Reinhardt's going to try to throw it. Gets it out of the backfield. Oh, beautiful stop by Bellwood at the 42-yard line. I think it was one of them. Okay, we saw Ben Engel a little bit at quarterback last year for Tyrone. As a sophomore, junior this year. Split backs this time in a shift and the hand on Mingle. Mingle now howling his way forward again out across the 45-yard line to the 47. And he will be the punter again this year. So let's see what the call is from Coach Franco and his staff on third down and long. Golden Eagles in their own territory at the 47-yard line. Reihart's looking for a receiver. He throws it downfield. He's got a guy there at the 40-yard line, and the completion is made for a first down to Shane Amy. Shane Amy, near side catch and a first down.
Yeah, the coverage there that time by number 30 again.
So the Golden Eagles now in Bellwood territory on the move. Now Reihart over center, set to take the snap. And this time he hands it back to, not Mingle this time. Let's see if that was or not. The gain is a short one, though, this time. Just inside the 35-yard line. John Franco getting some alternations in there in the backfield early. Reihart, play action again, rolls to his right, looks for a receiver. He's going to run with it this time, and he's got a big hole for a first down inside the 30-yard line, now near the 25. Nice running by Reihart and Lou Seidel. Happy to bring you the action tonight from Bellwood. And the pitch out. This time goes to Tate, I believe, again. Tate trying to come to the near side of the field, but strung out nicely by the Bellwood defense.
Yeah, Matthew Murray is about the only one back in the offensive line for the Golden Eagles, and it's a 10-yard penalty back to the 39 from the point of the infraction, so it brings up a first and about 23, and there's a completion out to the right side inside the 30, but immediately brought down that to Manning, and it's going to bring up a fourth down, or a second down, and about 18, 17.
High formation for Tyrone. And another play action. Reihart's going to throw again, but this time he's careened in the backfield and sacked back at the 42-yard line by number 82 for that Blue Devil defense. Do you have him as a starter there?
And ready for it. And it's going to be third and long here now. You're just going to try and get a chunk of it back here now as he goes into shotgun for the first time tonight.
All right, first time in shotgun formation for Levi Reihart, but something happened. There's a delay of game penalty. Now, you're going to see that with the young team. Might see it from Bellwood coming up, too. Back to shotgun goes the sophomore. And the little swing pass in the middle to the 40-yard line to Tate. He's going to be way short of the first down, though. He's finally bumped out of bounds inside the 40 at about the 38. Hunter as well. Looks like he's put on a few pounds since last year, Jordy. He's gained some weight. Tell that.
Yeah, I believe he has. He looks, definitely a little more bulky.
Much huskier than last year. Here's a nice snap. Here's the kick for Tyrone. Going to bounce inside the 5 and go into the end zone. So, no score. Let's take a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back with Bellwood's possession. So, in the first quarter, 6 minutes and 34 seconds remaining. A long drive by Tyrone, time-consuming, but it wound up with no points. As the Golden Eagles were finally forced to punt. A couple penalties really hurt them there. So first possession for Bellwood. Hey, nice defensive play for Tyrone on the right side of the line. That time on the first run was that Humphreys with the ball. Bellwood's, I believe, all-time leading rusher. So, second down and long for the Blue Devils. Tight formation. They're going to run wide this time. Make a cut, does Humphreys, I believe, across the 20 to near the 25-yard line.
Yeah, just about a yard short, maybe. Finally brought down by Josh Bradley. It's been on the stop.
On those first two runs. Did I mention Bellwood's quarterback? I do not believe I did. And it's Nate Gray this year, a junior, number 7. And he's going to hand it off. And Tyrone has the football, and Tyrone has picked it up, and they're going in for a touchdown. I was looking at the quarterback, who was faking like he had the football, but instead number 4 has picked up the football for Tyrone, Amy, and he takes it in for a TD.
I think he just stripped Brandon Humphreys of the football. I don't think the football was on the ground at all. It was Shane Amy just went in there and stripped the ball away from Humphreys.
Great job as he just stripped the ball away from the ball carrier and took it to the right. Clear sailing then to the end zone. Here's the kick. And it is up, and it is no good. So the kick no good by John Schaefer, who did such a great job as a sophomore last year. But Tyrone does take the lead, 6-0. So Tyrone takes an early lead. A correction on the ball carrier. It was not Humphreys up.
Justin Manning actually came from the wingback slot as the ball carrier, and he was the one stripped to the football. But here's the goal on the kickoff return.
He's doing pretty nice one right across the 30-yard line. So Bellwood will start off in pretty good shape here for yet another possession. Funny thing there, Tyrone had the ball for almost 6 minutes and didn't get it in, and quickly a 2-second play they got TD. The sophomore. He's a very dependable kicker for Coach Franco and his squad. All right, nice run for Bellwood on first down, and after it's a first down run, Humphreys has it out across the 45, the 50, into Tyrone territory at the 45, and now he's down to the 40-yard line. Nice run, Lou.
Brandon Humphreys on the stick to the near side, so nice pickup, some good blocking up front from the big guys for Bellwood.
So quarterback, once again, Gray, hands it off straight up the middle run this time for Bellwood. Top 100 yards that time, out across the 40, inside to the 30 in the backfield. Who ran that last time? Was that DeGaulle or was that Humphreys? Humphreys? So after a 26-yard run, they go right back to him up the middle for a run. You get 3 more. This time the quarterback's going to throw it. Over the middle it goes. Intercepted by Tyrone inside the 25-yard line by, yes, who, folks? Shane Amy.
Amy was right in front of the receiver, picked it off nicely that time at the Tyrone 22-yard line, fell to the ground, so that's where the Golden Eagles will have the football, but...
All right, tailback getting the call this time. Mingle gets the call out across the 20-yard line at 10:30 tomorrow morning. But there will be a big game next week at Beaver Stadium as the Fighting Irish come to town. All right, Mingle again with the call. No, yes, it is. And Mingle breaks one tackle. He tried up the middle, but he cuts out to his left into the far side and gets some additional yards there, Gerard.
It's going to be close to the first down marker out near the 32, 33-yard line. And on the stop for the Blue Devils that time, but he dragged Manning a yard or two close to the first down marker, and they're going to measure, I believe.
Nice job by Mingle that time. He was stopped on the run inside and made a cut. Tate this time gets the call. Shane Tate is out across, and he fumbles the football out across the 35-yard line. The Blue Devils are signaling, hey, we have it, and they do. So Bellwood has the football. Fumble recovery.
Couldn't tell who actually came up with the recovery for the Blue Devils that time, but Tate fumbled it at the 36-yard line, and one of the Blue Devils pounced on it. Excellent field position for Bellwood.
First down and 10 for the Blue Devils, as Gray is going to attempt a pass, but he is bottled up by a couple of Tyrone defenders. Does keep his feet down the near sidelines, and he gets back actually to the near the original line of scrimmage.
Finally bumped out of bounds by Josh Bradley. Maybe even picked up a yard to the 35. Let's call the yard game.
And there's Humphreys again. Humphreys breaks one tackle. He goes to the 30-yard, a fumble. And Tyrone says, we have it. Let's see what the officials say, and they do agree. Tyrone is taking it right back with the fumble. So all kinds of turnovers here, Gerard, in the first quarter.
After contact, and that's where both those balls came loose. Tyrone takes over on offense, Rich.
Got to remember that one. Y-A-C. Okay, why? I'm going to put that in my vocabulary here. Here we go with first and 10, Tyrone, a pass over the middle. It hits the ground first, I do believe, at the 39-yard line. Mr. Amy tried to do a little acting there, Gerard, and make him think he came up with the catch.
Yeah, he did, but it hopped in there in front of him at about the 41-yard line.
It's pro eye set for the Golden Eagles. Now they shift, hand it to Mingle. Mingle, nice run up the middle, out across the 40, 45, 47 for a big first down for Tyrone. Well, he made it all the way into the defensive backfield that time without anyone touching him. Double wideouts near side this time for Tyrone. And Reinhardt hands it off to Jesse Walk. He breaks a tackle at the 50 into Bellwood territory at the 48, and there's more of that YAC trying to get those additional yards, Gerard.
Yes, Rich, that's correct. And
unfortunately, during the regular season, this is the only Bellwood game we'll be able to bring you, but we're hopeful again to see Bellwood in the playoffs, and if they are there, Lou will be on hand to bring you the action. We will be here in the second quarter as well with Gerard for the play-by-play. Nice play by Bellwood's defense that time, stopping number 24, that's Shane Tate.
Justin Manning in on the stop. Looks like he had some help from Anthony Jenkins, too. Only a yard pickup for Tate.
I set Golden Eagles. Single wide out this time to the near side. And almost jumping off sides was Bellwood, but I think Tyrone may have eventually been the guys that did the violation. What do you think? Sunday, they are closed on Monday at the Hokies. Levi Reinhardt's going to throw it downfield this time, and it is nearly intercepted by number 7 from the defensive backfield, Nate Gray. who is the quarterback on offense, but almost come up with a big one there.
He timed it beautifully. The pass was right on target by Reihart at about the 45-yard line of the Blue Devils as the Gray stepped in front of Shane.
It's going to be a fumble by Humphreys at the 5-yard line. He is stopped in his tracks. So Bellwood's going to have a tough time here starting the second quarter deep in their own territory at the 5-yard line. Brock Anders in on the stop. So that's the end of the first quarter. The score, Tyrone 6, Bellwood Anders nothing. We'll be back with the second quarter after this 60.
They had 3 turnovers in the quarter, and they're only trailing by 6-0 score. The defense has played very well, and the Golden Eagles have moved the football a little bit better, but they've made mistakes too.
Deep inside Bellwood territory, handoff up the middle to the big back, Brandon Humphreys. He lumbers forward and gets maybe a half yard on the carry. Ball rests on the 10-yard line, brings up a second
Runner
and
in the
10.
backfield for the Blue Devils.
Broken eye, hand off to the near side. He's going to be brought down. That was Manning on the carry. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Defended nicely by the defensive end for Tyrone, so that's going to bring up a second and 11. Again, just underway here in second quarter action. Power I formation splits to both sides. Handoff up the middle. It's going to be stopped for relatively no gain, so we're going to go hopefully and see Bellwood punt it away. Shane Amy deep for the Golden Eagles. High snap, controlled by Humphreys. Kick is away. Tate on the reception bobbles the ball, and the ball will rest on the 39-yard line. So excellent field position.
They hope the 07 season is a great one for both Tyrone and Bellwood. Good luck from Dr. and Mrs. Donald Miller and staff of Bellwood.
And we're back live. Mark Mingle on the carry picks up a short gain as he stumbles forward. Excellent field position for the Golden Eagles.
Mingle, 2nd and 10.
Twins to the far side, offensive set. Back to pass goes Reihart over the middle. He's got Ben Engel for what is close to a first down. Depends on the spot. In first half action. I formation, Twins to the far side for the Golden Eagles. Motion near side, handoff. Mingle cuts up the middle. Still on his feet. He's going to be brought down by a host of Blue Devil tacklers, but a determined run by Mark Mingle. Give him a positive gain of about 2 on the carry. That is a straight power I for the Golden Eagles. Twins to the far side, split near side. Motion up the middle, looks like it's going to be the option. Reihart on the carry, ball's loose. And it looks like Tyrone recovers, but that ball squirted out. Nice hit by the defender there. And let's see what they call it.
I think it was Cody Smith was the one that first hit.
Left in first half action. Reihart sets the offense, split to the far side, broken eye formation. Motion man far side. Levi back to pass, looks downfield, scrambles now, he takes off and gets back just short of the original line of scrimmage.
It'll be a loss of another 3 again. Good coverage downfield by the Blue Devils, and both of these defenses playing really well.
4th and 11. Tyrone in shotgun formation. Reihart with the ball, looks downfield. Geis with the heat on. Reihart lets it go, and it's not caught. So Reihart going for almost the end zone on that toss. The Devils come out with a different offensive look. The Devils now in shotgun. Twins to the near side. Gregg sets the offense. Handoff, Humphreys up the middle. He's going to be brought down by a host of tacklers, Mark Mingle included, for a short gain on the play. First half action. Broken eye formation. Make that shotgun formation now. Gray sets the offense. Twins to the near side. Gray pitches ahead to Humphreys. And it looked like that play was doomed from the start as the defense for Tyrone was not full. Again, 5-3 monster defense for the Golden Eagles. Twins near side for the Devils. Motion near side as well. Gray back to pass, and there's a whistle on the play. We might have a little movement up front from the big guys.
Yeah, I think the right end here for the Golden Eagles jumped off sides that time, and it's 3rd and about 7. So let's see what Coach Hayes has up at 3. They're going to go to the I formation, a strong formation here.
Straight eye, it's up to the big dogs up front. Gray sets the offense. Handoff Humphreys, powers ahead. He'll pick up the first down. as he lumbers ahead for a pickup of about 4. Ball rests now on the 45, 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Twins near side, shotgun formation. Gray sets the offense. Handoff, Humphreys, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage maybe. Let's make that Bruno DeGaulle, the traditional fullback, on the carry as well. Jeff Novak centers the ball for the Blue Devils. Gray left shotgun. 2 motion men inside. That's not going to work. Flags all over the place. They're going to whistle this one dead. So a little confusion out of the shotgun. I had never seen 2 backs in motion at the same time. It's definitely going to be a penalty on the Blue Devils. 6-yard line. Back to pass. Gray sprints to the short side over the middle. Manning. But we've got a flag on the play. So I didn't see that infraction. Appears to be a flag on the play in the backfield of the Blue Devils.
Manning on the completion. It will be enough for the first down if the penalty doesn't bring it back inside Tyrone territory down to the 44-yard line.
Gray back to pass again, rolls near side, looks downfield, and it's going to be picked off. It looks like number 24, and that's going to be Shane Tate, who's been all over the field. And here come the Golden Eagles. Levi Reinhardt sets the I formation. Handoff. Shane Tate on the carry. He's going to be brought down for a loss on the play. Big guys up front for the Blue Devils. Snuffed that one out a little bit. So that's the offense of straight I formation for the Golden Eagles. Twins to the far side. 4-4 stack for the Devils on defense. Motion far side. Reinhardt looks to the flat, just underthrows that a little bit. Big cushion defensively there. So number 4 out there, Shane Amy, had he been able to cut that, had a little bit of room. Shotgun formation. Trips to the far side. Reinhardt back, looks downfield, rolls far side. Looking deep. He's got a man. Just overthrown. Beautifully executed play. And to me, that looks like number 82. Back deep for the Blue Devils. Manning and Humphreys. Kick is away, a low kick that's going to hit and bounce. Fielded by Manning. Manning to the far side, avoids the first tackler. Nice block, cuts back inside, still on his feet. And it looks like Manning's going to bring that out to about the 42 or 43-yard line. And we're back to live action. Gray rolls to the near side, looking downfield. He struggles to get past the line of scrimmage. We have a moving clock. We're under 2 minutes left in first half action. 2nd and 10, ball on the 41, 1:30 left in first half action. Gray is in trip formation, far side, toss to Humphreys on the far side. Humphreys cuts up. He's going to pick up about 4, maybe 5 on the play. So nice run for Brandon Humphreys. Back live, 1:17 left in first half action. Bellwood has the ball on its own 45. Nate Gray, shotgun formation, trips far side. Fake toss to Humphreys, looking for Wirtz over the middle. And the big guy, number 8, Alan Wirtz, could hold on. That would have been a first down and 4th and 5, 1:12 left in first half action. Brandon Humphreys back to punt for the Blue Devils. Snap is away. Humphreys gets the kick up and away. And they're going to let it bounce and roll. So that's going to go down inside the 5-yard line.
Sandwiches, the 2 or 3 piece dinners, or the sandwiches available all evening at the Bullpen. The Bullpen also sends best wishes to Tyrone and Bellwood. Back to Lou.
We have 1 minute left in first half action. Reinhardt under center. Hands to Mingle, straight dive play. Mingle still on his feet. And there's that good old phrase of the evening, YAC, yards after contact. So Mark plows ahead. Let's see how many they get him on
time to send best wishes to both Tyrone and Bellwood for a successful 07 season. American Eagle Paper Mills. Lou.
And on 2nd and 5, looks like number 24, Shane Tate, off the left side. We're back live as Bellwood takes their last timeout. 46 seconds left in first half action. Ball is on the 5-yard line. Brings up a 3rd and 1. Handoff up the middle. Mingo on the carry is going to have well enough for the first down. He can regroup from the maybe jitters. Who knows? First half action coming to a quick close. 20 seconds in the rolling clock. Reinhardt sets the offense. And he's going to kneel down, and they're going to let the clock run out. So as we go into halftime, we'll be back here with staff. Let's send it back to the station and Bill for a 2-minute timeout.
Nor use of tobacco policy on school grounds at any time. Therefore, you must never use.
And Ben Ingle had 2 catches for 5 yards. Total offense for Tyrone in the first half, 63 on the ground, 38 through the air for a team total offense of 101 yards. Well, it's been a first half of turnovers. The Golden Eagles get on the scoreboard first on the first turnover of the night by the Bellwood Annis Blue Devils as Shane Amy strips Justin Manning of the football at the Bellwood 22-yard line, and he rambles in all the way from that point for a touchdown. The extra point kick, no good. And the Golden Eagles have a 6-0 lead with 4:51 left in the first quarter. On the next possession by the Blue Devils, Shane Amy intercepts the pass at the 3:52 mark of the first quarter, but the Golden Eagles give it right back to Bellwood moments later at the 2:43 mark of the first quarter when Justin Manning recovers a Tyrone fumble. But immediately again, Nick Wilson recovers a fumble for the Golden Eagles at the 2:27 mark of the first quarter, and Bellwood has 3 quick turnovers late in the first quarter, but the Golden Eagles unable to convert these other 2 turnovers after the first one for a score. The second quarter, neither team getting much offense going. One more turnover in that quarter, and it's a Shane Tate interception of a Nate Gray pass. But the defense is stellar here in the first half. The offense is sputtering a little bit. The 4 turnovers by Bellwood is just 1 by Tyrone, and the Golden Eagles lead at 6-0 at the half.
So Bellwood gets the ball first, and here's the kickoff return coming, shy of the 20-yard line.
Randy Taylor on the return that time for the Blue Devils, and that time he's brought down by Mingle inside the 20-yard line. A beautiful kick by Schaefer.
Trailing 6-0. And here is quarterback keeper this time by Gray, and he's doing a nice job. First down and more out across the 30, 35, 40-yard line. Well, that was a nice run, and that was a strictly called run play for the quarterback. I think 19, clear out to the 39-yard line. Split backs this time, and the pitch out, and this time Tyrone is all set for Mr. Humphreys, I believe. And throws him for a loss, and maybe back to the line of scrimmage. What do you think? A hole there from their own 19, clear out across the 35-yard line. Second down, Blue Devils, as we play early in the second quarter here at Bellwood's Memorial Stadium. This time Humphreys looks for a receiver, and he's got a man out across the 45 to the 50 for a first down for the Blue Devils. Let's check on that number coming back to the huddle. Number 24 Gain on the pass. This time a pitch out, high pitch, but it's brought in, I believe, by Humphreys. He's back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard.
Now let's go to the line of scrimmage. You're right, Rich. It was a high pitch. He did a good job just to prevent it from going over his head.
So split backs again. And one of those split backs, unfortunately, moved.
Like if the goal that time just kind of leaned forward a little bit, and they're going to throw the flag. It'll be a illegal procedure penalty and march it back to the Bellwood 45. In Limpin, I don't know if 32 was too, Rich. I didn't see it, but it's a 2nd and 15 now for the Blue Devils.
I think you're right, because it is a single running back. Humphreys in there now for the Blue Devils. But Gray is going to throw it. Has good protection. Down the field it goes. Incomplete at the 30-yard line of Tyrone, running that out pattern. Again, number 26. Coach John Hayes has up his sleeve here for the Bellwood Annis offense. And they're going back to the air. Throw over the middle is incomplete. Good hit by Tyrone on the big tight end that time. That was kind of... And hopefully he'll be back soon. Tate, fair catch. Oh, we got a fair catch. Let's take a quick timeout, return to our WTRN studios with the change of possession. We'll be back in 30 seconds. And it's a running play for Tyrone. Looks like Mingle gets the call. He's out across the 25 to the 30-yard line.
was actually Shane Tate that time, Rich, on the carry, but he does get across the 30. And
even though it's not really warm here for tonight's game, warm and humid like you sometimes see, starting to cool off nicely, as a matter of fact. So here's a carry-over tackle this time. Straight ahead run for the Golden Eagles. Let's check on the number this time. At 25, Jesse Watt gets something going here in their own territory, leading in the game by a score of 6-0. Quarterback keeper for Reinhardt, and I think he has the first down. Has a yard or so, and fresh set of downs. Now Amy taking the ball away from the ball carrier before it hit the ground and running in for a touchdown. Extra point was no good by Schaefer. And here's the handoff this time. Down the sideline, across the 50 into Bellwood territory to the 45-yard line, and who was that time?
Shane Tate again. It looks like
time in the backfield, as I recall, when there were some injuries early in the season for Tyrone. Shane Tate. This time it will be Mingle. And Mingle is across the 50 into Tyrone or Bellwood territory at the 45-yard line.
Picked up again, the first down easily, picked up 6 or 7 yards.
Okay. High formation, Tyrone. The sophomore quarterback, Rehart, set to call it. And a flag is thrown. They do get the play off, and it's a big gainer for the Golden Eagles inside the 35-yard line, but Tate again, we do have a flag thrown.
Correct, Rich. Some penalties have cost the Golden Eagles in the first half, and now here it makes it a little bit tougher on the 1st and 15.
And fullback shifting, and the handoff goes to Tate again. Tate has a couple this time. That was defense stiffen up a little bit there.
Yeah, looks like the first one that hit Tate was...
Bellwood had the ball first in the second half, but had to give it up. I set behind Reinhardt. He pitches it out to Tate again. And he has the ball to the 45-yard line, inside the 45, just we're expecting a low-scoring game like this, 6-0. Of course, things could explode here as we move into the latter part of the third and into the fourth quarter. And the pass is caught by Tyrone after it's off the fingertips of one of the first Tyrone receivers. And it's Shane Amy catching the ball for a first down. Caught it about the 34 and takes it for another again for Tyrone. They've been using that about 90% of the time tonight, the I formation. This time good job by the right side of the Bellwood defensive line as the ball carrier stopped very quickly.
Yeah, Bruno DeGaulle at the bottom of the pile along with...
Returns home next week. Traditional second game of the season against the Bearcats of Huntington. Bellwood plays Hulu next week. Going to check his schedule. We have some changes this year. Bald Eagle area. And here's a handoff for a score, I believe, for Tyrone, who just out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Was that Tate handling the ball for the Golden Eagles again? Shane Tate took the ball, ran to the far side, and took it in almost into the end zone. Out of bounds, though, at the 1-yard line. After they took the Bellwood punt. Now let's see if they can cap it off with a score. Reinhardt. Long count. Mingle, and Mingle is into the end zone, standing up for a Tyrone touchdown. Golden Eagles lead it by a score of 12-0. Extra point try by Schaefer coming up, unless they decide to go, of course, for 2 points into the hands of another one for a first down. So I believe Schaefer is going to boot, I believe. Who is the holder this year for Tyrone? Is that 32? Brandon Garrity, number 82. Okay. Brandon Garrett kick us up, and it's no good again. Very unusual for John Schaefer, missing 2 tonight. So that holder's very important. Happy to bring you tonight's broadcast on 1340 AM WTRN Tyrone. Also available, of course, on the internet at TyronePA.com. So here's the run back, and a good one by Bellwood this time. It's Thaler, number 26 on the run back across the 30, 35, and out to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, he fumbled it at the 5-yard line. A nice kick by Schaefer again, under his own power off the field, albeit a little bit gingerly.
Just shaken up a bit, not limping. Took a bang to the head probably on that nice return by the Blue Devils. And they take over an excellent field position this time, and Tyrone says that Bellwood moved. So this could be encroachment against the Blue Devils and a 5-yard penalty.
Exactly, that's what it is, Rich. And we'll put it back to the 35 and bring up a first.
Tyrone shutting them out, 12-0. Split backs. DeGaulle and Humphreys. And they hand off to Humphreys straight up the middle. Nice run out across the 40. Gets a chunk of that yardage back, clear up to the 43.
Yeah, 8-yard pickup. Almost spot at the 42, so 7-yard pickup to the goal to bring up.
Like Tyrone's gone with the I formation. They've gone with split backs practically the whole night in the backfield. And the pass over the middle is complete for a first down for Bellwood. That looks like the big tight end, Tyler Geis, number 89. He carries tacklers with him, clear down to the 40-yard line. He's going to make an inviting target this year.
He looks like an inviting target, and he can catch the ball.
Yes, sir, that's the important thing. So split backs, and the handoff goes to DeGaulle. DeGaulle trying right end this time. He tries to make his cut, but he's going nowhere. Oh, the Tyrone gang tackling that time. Good job by Tyrone's defense. Remember, Tyrone has missed both their extra points. And that could turn out to be important. This time they do go to the I set. And the tailback, Humphreys, does not get the call. It's a play action instead. And a complete pass down near the 30-yard line goes to number 24, Justin Manning. Nice fake that time, 1 yard. To the 29 for a big first down. Now the handoff to Humphreys, sticks to the ground, and Humphreys has some good running room down near the 25-yard line for a gainer of split backs. Pitch out to Humphreys. Humphreys to the 20, inside the 20, looking for the first down.
Brought down by Shane Tate, but I think he's got a
first down. Clock continues to wind down here in third quarter action, Rich.
Okay, we've got 1:34 to go, and this time not much. DeGaulle with the carry straight up the middle. So let's see if the Blue Devils are able to punch it in here as we play late in the third quarter. Quarterback Gray, the junior, pitches it out this time to Humphreys around right end, and he has good running room again. Inside the 15, down near the 10. Senior quarterback Gray is over center, and he is going to run with the football himself. Number 7 made a first chance for a score now. First and goal. 10 seconds to go in the quarter, but Tyrone makes a sensational defensive play. Who was in there? One of the big defensive linemen, I think. Number 88 for Tyrone, looked like. Well, I might be wrong on that. 85, maybe. Big John Schaefer with the tackle, and that's going to end. On the defense, John Schaefer timed it perfectly, Gerard, got in the backfield and made a big loss, which turned out to be a 4-yard loss at the 9.
Yeah, so it's going to be second and goal for the Blue Devils here at the 9, and Gray rolls to his right, looks for a receiver, and it's intercepted.
Mingle with the interception for Tyrone. Oh, boy, it's a 9-yard line, brings it out across the 10 to the 20-yard line, and the handoff to Tate out across the 20-yard line for good positive yardage there on first down for Tyrone.
Yeah, he's going to get 7 or 8 yards. They're going to spot him.
Offensive line, as a matter of fact. So,
right handoff to Jesse Walk this time, but he's going to be brought down for a loss in the backfield, and I couldn't catch the number of the player who's knifed in there for Bellwood. It was an excellent play.
Thank Open Door Visions for making the game available on the internet once again this year at TyronePA.com. And Mingle gets the call, or is it Tate again? Out across the 25-yard line.
They need a turnover shortly, and they need to take advantage. So here come the Golden Eagles.
I set for Golden Eagles, and operating now across their own 25-yard line. And the big fullback getting that call again. Is that Mingle? He's out across the 30, 35, and near the 40-yard line like that. 9:54 to go in the game, and Tyrone moving that clock, but this time, beautiful defensive play by one of the Bellwood linebackers or defensive backs who came in there. Number 38, 28, Humphreys, those fours from across the central Pennsylvania area. Again, the eye set for Tyrone with Shane Amy in motion, but the handoff goes to Tate. Tate tries to run outside, but Bellwood has that one strung out nicely. Tate doesn't want to fumble. He's trying for those extra yards again, and that could have been dangerous in a situation like that.
And that's still a key call for John Franco. Clock continues to move, and Blue, that's right, running to the outside. So
Bellwood's Memorial Stadium, and no one is left yet. Tyrone leading at 12-0. Another score here by Tyrone, though, and that might be all she wrote. Straight ahead run this time by Mingle.
And a good play by Chuck Domchick who come in there.
The 46-yard line of Tyrone. aiming near side as a wideout. But we have a flag thrown before the snap.
Illegal substitution, Rich. Bingle was in the huddle and had to run off as they come out of the
will be at
huddle.
home. The first of 5 home games this year, only 4 on the road, as they take on the Bearcats of Huntington next week. Well, a little discussion here with the officials and one of the Tyrone linemen. Matter of fact, it was Tyrone's center, who this year is Brock Anders. Long bomb downfield is going to be not caught, since he caught a one-armed catch. Unbelievable. Brandon Garrett, a one-armed, one-handed catch, and somehow he brought that in, Lou.
Brandon landed on his back. The ball fell squarely into his chest. Excellent athletic play by Brandon Garrett.
Wow, what a play. That's the highlight of the night. Tyrone now with a 1st and 10 at the Bellwood 19-yard line following a sensational catch by Brandon Garrett. And here's a handoff to Tate. And Tate is inside the 15 down near the 10-yard line. So that's close to another 1st down for Tyrone. And I believe they stopped the clock. That means it will be a 1st down at the 8-yard line. Quarterback, the sophomore Rehart's going to hand it off to Tate. And Tate around end into the end zone, untouched that time. Excellent fake up the middle that time, Lou, by Mr. Tate. And he cruised into the near side. Back though, Gerard.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding call, looks like, against the Golden Eagles. It's going to march it back to the 19-yard line. Bring up a 1st and goal from the 19.
They canceled that touchdown call we just told you about last year, where Bellwood lost badly to Tyrone in the opener, and then went on to have a sensational year.
Exactly right. So let's see what the rest of the evening unfolds. Handoff up the middle, untouched, cuts back, and that was who? Shane Tate up the middle.
So Tate says you can't take away that touchdown I just got a few moments earlier. I'm going to take it up the middle this time.
He just wanted to add a few more yardage to his pass instead of an 8-yard touchdown run. It's a nice.
That might not be him out there. Let's see. Yeah, it is. He gets it up this time. Perfect. That's going to get his confidence back a little bit as well, hopefully. And Tyrone scores a touchdown with 7:15 to go. 19-yarder by Tate. Then the extra point by off for the Golden Eagles, who now have extended their lead to 19-0. Baylor, another decent run back by Baylor. He's doing a good job tonight on the run backs for Bellwood, out across the 30.
To about the 33, 34-yard line before he's brought down that time by number 13 for the Golden Eagles. Let's check on his number. That's Shane Walker, another Shane
offensively. So let's see what Nate Gray and company have in store.
Gray's going to pitch it out. And back to the quarterback on the flea flicker. And it is going to totally fail back at the 23-yard line. Is number 52. Looks like for Tyrone on defense. Matt Murray had that Johnny Franco tonight. He's on the injured list. So his subs have come in and done a great job in the backfield tonight. And do we have a mix-up there by Bellwood on offense? Looked like the ball was loose for a moment, but it's going to be a no-gainer. Back with a 3rd down and very long, 19 yards to go for the Blue Devils, putting a inexperienced quarterback in a tough situation here, but he's going to stick to the ground, and that's going nowhere out across the 30.
Yeah, he's going to get 6 or 7 yards, but well short of the 1st down is it Humphrey or Humphrey's on the carry? He'll pick up 7, but it's going to bring up a
18-yard line, and he'll get the kickoff. Shane back for Tyrone. Oh, high snap. But Humphreys gets it off. It's a high one. And bounces at the 40. Takes Bellwood English clear inside the 30-yard line. So we've got to try to eat some more clock here. Leading in the game now 19-0. Was close most of the way. A 6-0 score practically the whole game, Gerard, until the 4th quarter here. And Mingle gets the carry again, and he's out across the 30, 35, 40, carrying tacklers with him. Finally out of bounds in front of us in the near side for a big game, a gain for Matt Mingle.
But there is a flag back again. I think there's going to be a hold back near the 30.
And I set Golden Eagles. Mingle again. Nope, that's Shane Tate. Tate, good defense by the left side of the Bellwood line that time, as they stopped Tate after a very short game.
19-0, and wanting to get out of here injury-free.
Exactly right. I set Tyrone. And the tailback again, the call. Is that Tate again? Mingle this time. He's out across the 30, near the 35-yard line. Good game, but it's going to be shy of the 1st down.
They picked up out to, let's see where they do spot it, from the 22 out to the 33, a gain of 11. That'll bring up a third and about 5. 34 left.
We've got just over 3 minutes to go in the game, and the I formation for Tyrone. Third and long. And I believe they may have the first down out across the 35 to the 40-yard line. Looked like a tailback mingle with the call again, so we didn't have too far to walk this evening. Thanks to Mr. Hayes and also to the Bellwood Police for helping us.
Speaking of walk, Jesse Walk picked up 6 yards on first down, and we got a 2nd and 4 play. You got to keep that fullback half speed, let him touch the football every once in a while.
And some subs, I believe, are in the game now for Tyrone in the backfield. We'll have to check on the number of this back who has the football. And it is 22, I believe. Jeremy Barlett here. Letting it go. New quarterback for Tyrone as well in there. Is that still right? Yeah, it is. He's still in there. And Barlett again inside the 50 to Bellwood territory to the 45-yard line with 1:10 to go in the game. Tyrone will have the always tough opponent of the Huntington Bearcats at Gray Veterans Memorial Field in Tyrone. A whistle before the snap and a timeout called. So, Bill, we'll switch it back to you for one more 60-second timeout. 33 seconds to go in the game. And a kneel down by the quarterback. So we're going to let the clock run here with 28 seconds to go, and Tyrone's going to come up with a win. Lou, if you happen to attend any of the Bellwood games, be sure to call Bill back at the station and update him on the activities for the Blue Devils during the remainder of the season.
We'll try and keep Bill busy back in the studio, and I want to thank you for the opportunity. Always fun to do this particular game, and from here, both these teams, we look for much success here in the 07 season.
We could work together more often, but do a great job. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, that's it, Gerard, huh? Finals.
19-0. The Golden Eagles go to 1-0 on the season. The Blue Devils 0-1.
With some of the stats and our scores for tonight, which Tyrone wins by a score of 19-0.
Give you the statistics and recap the game for you tonight. Leading rusher for the Tyrone Golden Eagles tonight was the junior, Mark Mingle, who had 19 carries for 103 yards and a touchdown. Shane Tate had 17 carries for 87 yards and a touchdown. Jesse Walk, 4 carries for 14 yards. Levi Riard, 7 carries for a -3 yards. And Jeremy Barlett had 2 carries for 11 yards. 50 rushing attempts for the Golden Eagles and 212 yards on the ground. Levi Riard had 7 completions and 12 attempts on the night. No touchdowns, no interceptions for 83 yards through the air. Shane Tate had 1 reception for 10 yards. Brandon Garrett, 1 reception for 25 yards. Shane Amy had 3 catches for 43 yards. And Ben Ingle, 2 receptions for 5 yards. Total offense for Tyrone, 212 yards rushing, 83 yards through the air for a team total of 295 yards. Well, both teams exchanged punts early in the first quarter, but on the second possession for the Bellwood